In this video, we will learn how to create an automation in Salesforce to carry out tasks. In this example, when an opportunity is moved to the proposal stage, we need to send out emails to the contacts that are related to this opportunity's accounts. So the account here is Burlington Textiles Corp, and there are two related contacts, Jack Rogers and Arthur Song. We need to send out emails to these two people when the opportunity is moved to the proposal stage, and these emails need to be personalized. So let's see how we can do that. In order to create an automation in Salesforce, all you have to do is navigate to the setup and search for flow. When you search for that, click on the flows section and it will direct you to this page. Now, all you need to do is click on the new flow button and it will show you all the different types of flows that you can create. Now, since we want to carry out an action after the stage has been changed, we will use the record triggered flow. And in front of us, we have a canvas where we can add different types of elements to carry out certain actions. So the first thing that we need to do is add the object on which the change has taken place. So the state change takes place on the opportunity object. Therefore, we will choose the opportunity object over here. Now, the action can take place. The emails can be sent out whether a new opportunity has been created or updated. And we only want to do that when certain conditions have been met. So number one, the first condition is that the stage is changed to the proposal stage. And number two, a change has actually taken place. So this is going to be true. When these two values are true, only then will this flow run. Now this is the auto layout. We can also switch to freeform that shows us all of these elements section on the side. The auto layout is a very good option for beginners. Now we have set the entry conditions. Now we need to send out emails. So in order to send out emails, we need to collect the contacts that we need to send the email to. So the contacts are over here, 2 layers down. So in order to get the contacts, we will utilize the get records functionality. We will drag this element over here and we will write the name all account contacts. Here we are going to get the contact object records, and we will only get those records are related to the account on the triggering record. So we call this the triggering record. So for that, I will match the account ID field on the contact object. So let's go to the contact object really quickly. So let's take the example of Jack Rogers. We want to match the account that's added on Jack Rogers contact with the account that is added on this opportunity. Only when these two match does that mean that they are related to this opportunity. So we are trying to match these here. We're matching the account ID field on Jack Rogers, which is Burlington Textiles, and we're seeing if they are the same as this account's contacts, right? So it will match it with this record. And when we use this record, it means the triggering record, which means the Burlington Textile Corp America opportunity. And we are matching it with the account ID. So in simple words, this will return two records to us, Jack Rogers and Arthur Song. So that's it. We want to get not one record, we want to get all the records, and that's it. We will connect these two. So this means that as soon as our entry conditions have been met, we will get all the account contacts that are related to the account on the triggering opportunity, and it will get all the contacts under that related list. So far we have done that. Now we will have to send out emails to each one of them. So I need to send out email to Jack Rogers, and then I need to send out an email to Arthur Song. So we have in this a list of two records, so 1 and 2. So in order to traverse a list or in order to go through a list, you need to use the loop element. So here we'll just call it the emailing loop, right? And we are going to have to add a collection variable. Now the collection variable just means what list you want to add. So I want to add the list of contacts that we just got. That is Jack Rogers and Arthur Song. And I want to send out an email to each one of them. So here we're just going to connect these two wires as well. Now our next step is to send out an email. Now with Salesforce, you can send out an email directly from the flow. So here in this section, I will select the email option here and select the send email action. Now this is a very simple version. So I want to send out proposal emails. So I'll call this email action the send proposal email. You can add any descriptions. Now let's talk about all these different things that we can add over here. So the first one is the body, the email body. So in order to write the email body, I will have to create a new resource. I will select this new resource as a text template and call this our proposal template. Here again, you can add any description that you'd like. And now I will paste the template over here in rich text format. Now, one thing to note over here is this. You can add tags to make your email dynamic. So if Jack Rogers record is there, then my code will automatically pick up Jack Rogers' first name from the contact. If it's Arthur, it will pick up Arthur. If it's Mary, it will pick up Mary. So in order to make our flows dynamic instead of hard-coded, we add these tags from our loops. Similarly, we can also add the opportunity name. And once you're done, all you have to do is click done. So now we have our email body ready. The next thing I want to do is, do I want to log this email on the record? So if an email is sent out to Jack Rogers, do I want to also add it over here to track all the activity that took place? Here in Salesforce, you can send out emails from within Salesforce. So yes, I want to keep track of the emails that have been sent out. So yes, I will include this and I will say true. I do not need to choose all these options, so I will skip this. The next one is, who is the recipient of this email? So this recipient address list will include Jack Rogers' email. So I want to refer to this field over here. So I will do that using our loop and will select the current email. So if we're talking about Jack Rogers, it will pick up Jack Rogers' email and so on and so forth. And here I will choose the recipient ID on. So here it is only selecting the email to send out the email, and the recipient ID, if you include it, it will also log that email over here. So here I will add the ID. So this is the ID of this record. Once it matches it, it adds that email over here. And lastly, we can add a subject line. So we can do that over here. And you can do normal text subject line as well. And that's it. All you have to do is click save. Now we will add this over here and we'll say that for each item in this collection. So when the loop first runs over a Jack Rogers records, it will send the email out to Jack Rogers. Then you want this loop to run over and over until all the contacts under an account have received an email. And then what's next is to create a task. So the requirement says that once all the emails have been sent out, we also need to create a task for a sales rep so that they know that the proposal stage campaign is now complete for this deal. So it will do all of this, but once the emails have been sent out, we need to create a task. So in order to create a task, we're just going to click on the create records element and write the label as new task. Again, you will add the descriptions. We only want to create one record and we want to use separate resources and literal values. This allows us to create a task record and add various values over here. So I want to set the activity date as the current date, that is today. And I also want the owner ID. So who should this task be assigned to? So here I want the owner of this task record to be the same owner as of the opportunity, which is Ellie Brown. So this way you can select all the different field values that you want for the task and click done. Now, lastly, you will, after all the loop records have been completed, after the last item, you want to create this task only once. Once you're done with that, all you have to do is click save and write the name of this flow. And you can add a description and click save. Now, Salesforce allows you to test and debug the flow from within before activating it. And once it's activated, it will start running as soon as the proposal stage has been marked completed. So before clicking activate, I can also debug this. In order to debug, all you have to do is select updated and an existing opportunity in this system. Here I am changing this stage from discovery proposal. The good thing about the debug is that it does not actually change the stage on this opportunity. It is just using that information to show you whether your flow is working correctly or not. Here it says it's completed and it has worked correctly. Once it has done that, it rolls back all of this so that it does not actually affect the information inside Salesforce. Now that I'm good with this, all I have to do is click activate and test it in the real environment. So let's refresh this and now move our proposal stage. Now we can see number one, the proposal stage is now complete. Task has been created with the user that I wanted to assign to, with the subject that I added, the current date, the priority, the status, and the opportunity that it is related to. Similarly, if we now navigate to the account, Burlington, and the two contacts underneath it, these two people would have received an email and it would also have been logged against their accounts. So here, Mr. Jack Rogers received an email over here, and this is with all the HTML tagging. So we can fix this. In order to fix this, we'll just make a quick change in our flow. In the email action section, we will also add that this body is rich text formatted and mark it as true. Now we'll save this again as a newer version and activate this. Now we will run this flow again. And to run this flow, all we will do is move the stage one step back and then back to proposal. And as soon as I do that, it will create the task as well as send out emails to both Jack Rogers and Arthur Song. But this time, the email will also be formatted in rich text. So here we go. Another important thing, as we wrote one template inside of our flow, but you can see that this has been personalized for Jack and it has also been personalized for Arthur separately. So that is the beauty of automations. It allows you to create dynamic code in a point and click fashion. Now, one thing to note over here is that it is not best practice to add an email inside a loop. However, for the simplicity of this demo, I have done so. It is possible to send out email actions outside of the loop, which is the best practice. However, it does require a lot more components and customizations. To enroll a contact into Facebook audience so that they start seeing a banner ad campaign for 3 days. This is not possible with Salesforce out-of-the-box functionality, as Salesforce does not allow integration with Facebook. This integration option is, however, available for X, formerly known as Twitter, and LinkedIn. To integrate Facebook and other social media with Salesforce, you can utilize one of the options in front of you called Social Studio. This is an add-on license. There are other applications out there that are provided by Salesforce on add-on licenses, such as Marketing Cloud. Or you can look into third-party tools available on the Salesforce App Exchange, for example, Zapier. There are many other applications available on the Salesforce App Exchange, which can allow you to integrate with Facebook and other social media platforms, either for free or on a paid basis. The second question is to be able to send text messages to a contact saying we can't wait to start working for you. Again, this feature of sending text messages from Salesforce is not available out of the box. However, you can utilize the Salesforce App Exchange to find third-party apps such as RingCentral, as well as any other application that you might need. You can search for it and you can look for it with different pricing, with different ratings, as well as reviews.